Depression is like pandemic. I see so many people that they are suffering from depression, and it is a constant recurring problem, and that's why we have to take it very seriously, because many people, they do not understand what to do with people who are depressed, and if they are depressed themselves, so they have no tools, no instruments, no equipment, no paraphernalia how to deal with depression. That's why my this public awareness message is important, in a sense that we can do discussion on it, and you can also contribute in the comments so that people, they understand that what are the details of depression and how we should deal about it, because it is like a pandemic, and every second, every third, every fourth person is having the problem of depression. So in my today's talk, I will be discussing the details that what is depression and what are the causes of depression and how we should deal with this issue of depression. It's not only in developing or poor countries, it is also in developed world. It is a global phenomenon. WHO and other international organizations, they are also considering it a very serious challenge to humanity, and that's why everyone must take it seriously. I will be talking in a simple way so that everybody understand it. I won't go into technical details which you can find on Google or YouTube, or you can consult any psychologist or any psychiatrist who can professionally tell you the technical details, because many people, they do not understand the academic or the medical or the psychological psychiatric dimensions of depression. What is depression? Depression, that is constant sadness without any apparent reason. Now, we understand that there is cause and effect. Cause and effect. It is almost a universal law that no effect can be caused without any reason. If you are failed, so you are failed because of a reason. If you are successful, so you are successful because of a reason. Nothing happens without any reason. There are always reasons. And that's why it is preventive self-discipline, that one understand that how can I stop a problem? How can I kill mosquito so that there is no malaria? So there are different considerations that we have to take in mind, because you must note that health, whether it is physical health or it is mental health, there are 5 sectors of health. Please note the 5 sectors of health. Number one is promotive health. We have to promote healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle. The basics of healthy lifestyle is exercise, balanced diet, and taking care of your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul in a healthy way, so that we can prevent diseases. The second sector of health, that is preventive health. If there is no mosquito, there will be no malaria. If there is no cause, there will be no bad effect. If there is a good cause, there will be a good effect. This is a very natural, logical, rational, clean, and clear way that results, consequences, repercussions are because of some reasons. So that is preventive health, that we have to prevent. When we stop, prevention is better than cure. It means that when we stop something, it won't happen. And if we don't stop, it will happen. This is very simple, but we do not understand, and we take it into the hands of some supernatural powers or fate or destiny, and we go against the free will, and we think that we are we are under control, and we don't have our freedom, we are not free, we don't have our liberty, and that's why many bad things happen to us. No, you can stop. This is your responsibility. That's why there is accountability, there is judgment. And if you can't stop, then who will stop it for you? You are responsible for your life. Your life is the sum total of all your decisions, your choices. If your choice is good, the result will be good. If your choice is bad, the result will be bad. So that is preventive health. Number 3 is curative health. If promotion and prevention do not work and there is a real disease, disease is any pathological or any physiological or morphological dysfunction. I was trying not to speak technically, but still some terminologies are indispensable. These are unavoidable. These are inevitable. So when your physiology, your functions of body, or your morphology, your organs, your structures do not function properly, so we call it disease. Now, there is a disease. So promotion and prevention doesn't work. That's why you go to a physician, you go to a psychologist, you go to a psychiatrist, and then that is the curative stage. The next stage is rehabilitative. Sometimes we promote, we prevent, we are also available for cure and treatment, but there is an accident, something happens, there is a roadside accident, or there is a crash, or you fall down, or you get some problem, which is not because of you, but that is because of a natural disaster, or because of the mistake of some other human being, and you break your leg or you break your arm. Then what you have to do? You have to go to an orthopedic doctor for rehabilitation. So that is rehabilitative sector of health. And the next one is the final one, that is palliative. Palliative. If somebody is suffering from terminal diseases and these diseases are incurable, there is no solution, there is no treatment, there is no cure to that problem, so then that is called palliative. 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 For example, a person is suffering from cancer and there is no treatment of cancer. Now you have to give some painkillers, some analgesic medicines to that person, so that the final days or months or years, those are passed in a peaceful way, because if you stop medicines, the person will be suffering more. So let me recapitulate that there are 5 sectors of health. Number 1, promotive. Number 2, preventive. Number 3, curative. Number 4, rehabilitative. And number 4, palliative. You promote, you prevent, you cure, you rehabilitate, and palliate. That there is no other way, so you have to take strong analgesics or painkillers so that you don't suffer the pain that much. So these are the 5 sectors. Now when we apply these 5 sectors on depression is a constant sadness without any apparent reason. If there is a reason, for example, there is a tragedy, somebody dies in your family, so it is natural that you will be sad. You will be sad, and after some time, time is duration. Time is not past, present, and future. This is one of the discovery of my life, that time is not in seconds or minutes or days. It is a duration. Your present depends on your past depends on your past, which was once present, and your future depends on your present, and your future, which is coming, it will be one day the future will be your present. So there is no past, present, and future. It is a duration. The things continue in a continuum. It continues. You cannot get rid of your past. You cannot get rid of your childhood. You cannot get rid of your past bad experiences. And our memories are not that we are filling a box of our brain with memories. No, your memory is still influential. Your memory is still working on your present. It's not only about past. The memory is working today. And for this you have to study a philosopher, Bergson, who has given us the approach of intuitionism. Intuition. intuition is a holistic approach to things. It is not a simple division or analytical approach that we divide things. We cannot divide things because everything is everything. Everything is everything. There is no something. Everything is interconnected. The string theory or the truth theory is that everything is interconnected. Now, this interconnectedness we should also find in depression. Depression is a serious problem, so we have to take it seriously. It is a constant sadness. You are continuously sad and without any apparent reason. Because if there is any apparent reason, so you resolve the issue. You resolve the issue. You are sad because you are unemployed. So you are depressed, you are in depression because you have no job, you have no money, and that's why you are depressed. So now there is a cause. You have to go for your employment. Joblessness is a reality. It is a tragic moment, and it is a challenge, and it is a problem. And you know that you are depressed, you are sad because there is no job. So you find the job, and then there is no depression. But if you find the job and still there is depression, and still you are sad, you are not happy, you are not satisfied, you do not have any fulfilling reason, life, and you feel empty from inside, despite having everything. And still you are depressed. You have everything. You have money, you have health, you have family, you have relatives, you have material wealth, you have non-material wealth, you have everything. But still you are not happy, and many people, they commit suicide because of depression. So we have to identify what is the reason of the depression, though it is not apparent. Number two, there may be some genetic problems. Number three, there may be some metabolic problems because your digestive system doesn't work properly, and your stomach is directly connected to your brain. And when your stomach doesn't work, your brain doesn't work. And when your brain doesn't work, your stomach doesn't work. So your digestive system, that is interconnected with your brain system, with your central nervous system. Central nervous system, main part is brain, and then we have peripheral nervous system, we have our nerves, and there is a network in our whole body. So we have to understand the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, the stimulus, the sensation, how the sensory data, we take it to our mind, and how we process it. You may know one of the famous philosopher, Kant. Kant is responsible for the Copernican revolution in philosophy, and he combined mind and senses. It is not very simple that we look at something, we take the sensory data, it goes to our mind, we process it, and then we make decisions. And it is also the other way around, that we have our innate ideas, we have our mind which is full of different ideas, different concepts, different conceptions, and those conceptions then make our senses functioning. So the relationship by mind and body, mind-body duality, it is a very important thing. For example, you have no food in your stomach, so an angry man, a hungry man is an angry man. When you are hungry, so you are angry. So now the solution is having food. So when you have food, so you won't be angry. Anger is not your problem. Your problem is hunger. So you have to go to the cause, that what makes you angry. Is it hunger? So when you are not hungry, you will be no more angry. Now this connection of cause and effect is highly essential in the case of depression. The problem of depression is that it is so complicated that we don't know the reason. Apparent reason, there is no reason. And that's why professional training, professional counseling, professional advice, that is important. That we go, we sit with a psychologist, we sit with a psychiatrist, we tell that person everything what is going on, and that person will do your psychoanalysis. For your psychotherapy, the person will go into your unconscious, into your childhood, into your real personality, that what is there behind, what triggers your depression, and then you discuss and you do your catharsis, you do your unburdening of emotions, and then you feel released, you feel happy, you feel easy, you feel relaxed, that somebody listen to you. The problem is that people who are free of cost, or they are your relatives or your family members, they may also listen to you, but they don't have the solution. And then you will be telling them again and again and again. They will be listening to you, they will give their shoulders to you, and they will give you emotional kind of support, but they don't have the solution because they don't understand it. It is engineering. You need a mechanic, you need a person who is expert on the field, a professional person who can understand it. Another solution is life coach, counselor, or a person who is interested in human problems, and the person may not be a typical psychologist or psychiatrist, but their person might have got a lot of wisdom because of experiences, and there can be life coaching or personality development or counseling and spirituality, that because of some such measures you can get a solution to your problem. When you go to a psychiatrist, so the difference between psychiatry and psychology is that psychiatrist will give you medicines, will give you antidepressants. Now the antidepressants are these are medicines, and these will have impact on your overall biology, your physiology and morphology. Then your digestive system may not work, then you will feel dizzy, you will feel sleepy, you will be lazy, you will be not active, you will be not dynamic. So there are side effects of the antidepressants. But if a psychiatrist comes to the conclusion that your only way, that is antidepressants, so you must go for the medication. And there are other ways like electric shocks, and there are so many psychotherapeutical mechanisms, psychoanalysis, counseling, discussions, sublimation, you just submission, sublimation, you tell everything to your doctor, to your psychologist, and then they do some exercise, they do some case study, and then they come with the solution to your problem. Remember, depression is an individual problem. It is not a collective problem. Otherwise, everybody will be depressed. So each individual must be studied properly. Those people who are healthy and they do not have depression, depression is constant sadness without any reason. So if you are sad for 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year, for months and months, and you don't know why you are sad, so then this is depression. If you are sad for some temporary reasons, that is not depression. You don't need to go to any doctor or any counselor or any life coach to tell you about your depression. Then you can solve your problem yourself if it is simple sadness. But if it is a diagnosed depression, and you know that your relative or your friend is suffering from depression, and this is a diagnosed patient, a sick, so as we take care of physically sick people, physically ill people, we take care of them. We give them food, we give them time, we just help them, we assist them, we support them. So similarly, psychologically sick person also needs your support, your attention, your help, and your financial or contribution or anything, because it doesn't mean that a person is psychologically sick so he or she is not sick. It is the same sickness. And sometimes psychological sickness is so severe that the people commit suicide. They kill themselves. So psychological sickness, that is more serious many times than physical serious. Our problem is that we don't take psychological sickness more seriously. We say, okay, maybe this is just a temporary thing and then everything will be all right. And if somebody is sick, so we say, okay, get him married. And if the person is married, so then there will be everything will be all right. So you are not only destroying one life, you are destroying 2 lives of 2 persons. So that is not a solution. That is a very temporary kind of solution, but you are multiplying the problems. That is counterproductive. That is not the solution to the problem. You have to take a very serious kind of solution to that. So if you know anyone who is depressed, that person must be in your company, in a beautiful company, in an attractive company, and you should be together. Don't leave that person alone, because if that person is alone, the person does not recognize himself or his or her advantages or benefits, or the person is blind, the person doesn't see, the person may kill himself or herself. So that's why your company, your time, your energy, your counseling, you are taking care of that person is essential. That person needs your support because the person is sick. The person is lame, like the person is deaf, the person is blind, the person doesn't have a leg, the person doesn't have two legs. It is like that situation. So how can you leave that person like that? But it doesn't mean that you have to impose yourself, or you have to be angry, or you have to be over imposing. Otherwise, again, it will be counterproductive. Dealing with psychological patients is a nightmare. It is so complicated because they are not available for cooperation. Physically sick people, they are available for cooperation. They cooperate with you. But psychologically sick people say, no, I have no problem. I can do whatever I want. Who are you to interfere and to intervene in my life? So again, it's a very intelligent way, a very tactful way that you take care of that person in a proper way. So let me summarize it, that depression is a constant sadness without any apparent reason, and it is for a long, long time. When you are sad, when you are worried, when you are anxious, when you are stressed, and when you have psychological pressure on you because you are depressed, there is a pressure on you, and that's why you are not behaving in a normal way. You are negative. You respond in a negative way even to positive things. You are a pessimist. You think that you are hopeless, there is no solution, and you are not getting your goals. You set your goals, but you are not consistent, and you are not getting the results from your efforts. Then you blame others, you blame system, you blame other people, and then you do not see the reality because your mind is blocked, and you don't see that what is the reality. A person will be telling you 2 plus 2 make 4, but you don't hear it, you don't listen to it. That's why for you say things which are inconsistent, which are illogical, which doesn't have flow, which doesn't have coherence, which doesn't have cohesion. There is no flow in your communication. And that's why you say sometime one thing, sometime another thing, and there is no kind of system organization in your personality. Your personality is defeated. Maybe you are addicted to something, and that addiction is that addiction makes you helpless. So these are some of the symptoms of depression. The solution is preventive, promotive, healthy lifestyle, exercise, football. If you play 10 minutes football or 20 minutes football, when your body will be having exertion, then your mind will be also fresh. This is my own personal experience, that when I run or I play football or I do something physical, then mentally also I feel happy. It's a big problem, especially for ladies and girls and people, the people who work at homes, and they are all the time busy in cooking and taking care of home and family and children, and they don't have any opportunity to play sports or to go for games or to do physical things. So then they are more depressed. So the solution to your mental problem is your physical activity. When you are physically active, when you go to mountains, you are climbing, you are doing mountaineering, you are skiing, you are skating, you are running, you are playing football, you are doing any kind of sports, badminton, volleyball, and you are physically active, you are dancing, you are doing things which make you physically tired, and your perspiration, you are sweetening, you are sweating, and you are having a physical activity. So this will tremendously help you. This is promotive. Preventive means that if you have some toxic people, if you have some negative people, if you have some other people who are psychologically sick, so when he or she is also sick, you are also sick, so this will multiply. Both are negative, both are toxic. So then you have to avoid the toxic people, the poisonous people, the negative people who do not recognize their problem. So then that will be a double jeopardy. You will be having dealing different problems, because you cannot kill poison with poison. If you are negative, so you have to be with positive people to be positive. And if you are negative and you are dealing with negative people, so again it will be negativity, and negativity will be multiplied by 2. So again, this is a huge dilemma that how to go with that. So you have to go for the positive people. and those people who are successful, those people who are energetic, who are healthy, who can support you, who can give you some good counseling, who can help you, who can assist you. So these are some of the things. Remember that psychological problems are so complicated. It is not easy. There is no ready-made solution. Like you have some back pain and you take analgesic, you take a medicine and you are all right. The same is not in mental case. The mental problem is very complicated. It takes a lot of time because there is no ready-made remedy that you just take it and everything is gone. No. It needs your cooperation. It needs your constant struggle. It will be taking time. And when you change your lifestyle and you prevent where from the problem is coming, and you also go for professional help, and you have some self-discipline. And one of the best therapy that I have seen, the best therapy for depression, that is existential therapy. Existential therapy, existentialism. Existentialism means have your own purpose of life. Be ambitious. Do something great in your life. Be a leader. Be a topper. Be a very important person, a prominent person. So when you have a big goal, you will be so busy in getting your goal that you will forget your depression and your psychological problems. This is called existential therapy, and it is based on the philosophy of existentialism. Another therapy that we have, that is called cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive means based on cognition. Cognition means thinking. What is going on in your brain, in your mind, and this is called cognitive. Your thoughts. We are what? But what we think. Change your thoughts, change your life. So work on your thoughts. What kind of thinking patterns you have. Number 2 is behavior. How do you behave publicly? How behavior is a response to stimulus, and stimulus is any change in environment. So how do you respond to changes in environment? How is your behavior? Behavior is your response to stimulus, and stimulus is any change in environment. It is different from attitude. Attitude is kind of permanent behavior, constant behavior, how you usually respond to changes. That is your attitude. But when it is time to time, stimulus to stimulus, then that is called behavior. So cognitive behavioral therapy, work on your thoughts, work on your behavior. And this therapy comes from Stoicism, which is another philosophy, Stoicism, Stoicism. Stoicism was converted into CBT. And existential therapy came from existentialism. These are two very effective therapies for depression. Another therapy is exposure therapy. When you are depressed, so don't start doing things in a quick, fast way. Slowly and gradually. Slowly and gradually. Don't become ambitious overnight. If you are not reading, so don't start reading 2 books in one day. Just 1 page, and slowly and gradually. Exposure theory. For example, you have a phobia, you have a fear. So expose yourself to that fear gradually, not all at once. So that is the point that I wanted to make, that depression, it is a serious problem. It has solutions. It is not insoluble. There are different mechanisms that we have to take care. It is a complicated process. That's why the solution is also complicated. The discussion is also complicated. There is no shortcut. There is no quick fix. You have to go into details. You have to understand it. You must have patience. You must have consistency. You must have energy, because it is not easy. Difficult things take time, and you have to understand it from all dimensions. Multifaceted, multidimensional, comprehensive, holistic approach, so that you understand it and you resolve it. It is not insoluble. There is solution, there is treatment. That treatment depends on you, promotive, preventive. That depends on the doctor, curative. And there are serious problems, then rehabilitative and palliative. These are the stages that which I mentioned again and again. All the best. If there was any question in your comments, I will be answering to you in writing. Take care. Don't be depressed yourself, and help those people who are diagnosed with depression. They need your support.